Okay, so this is our podcast that we didn't get to complete at school, but I'm Jill Hamill.
I'm Abby Chernick.
I'm Marina Small.
And we have our first topic today that we're going to talk about is the pandemic and how our families are doing with it. So I guess I'll start. I mean, my mom's been working a lot and my dad as well. And then I think most of the team's been getting into like a routine. I don't know if you guys have, but I'm in mostly a routine. I wake up at the same time, basically do the same thing every day, work out, do homework, watch Netflix. And that's about it. But I know my brother's like, he lost his baseball season, so that's not fun. But yeah, what about you guys?
I think for me, it was just like, it puts everything in perspective, like how this pandemic can just happen so quickly that it just changes everything for me. So for me, it's like a huge thing is that my brother has asthma. So it's just like making sure that like my family don't go out because my brother's essential too, because he does like engineering stuff. So I think it's just, I know I'm definitely getting a routine. For the first 2 weeks, I struggled because I just didn't know. I just don't do well with schoolwork at home personally. But now I am starting to do schoolwork well at home, so it's kind of funny.
I would say like this like really, like Abby said, definitely changed my perspective on everything, because it's just like it just happened so quick. Like we were all on spring break and then all of a sudden they just emailed us saying like we're not going back to school. So the first 2 weeks I'd say was really rough to get into a routine, and then now it's just super easy to get into a routine, but then also it's super easy to fall out of my routine. I kind of saw that this weekend on like Saturday. Like I didn't do anything and my family didn't do anything either. We just kind of hung out. But it's definitely nice to use this time to spend with my family and just like be home and stuff, and like I'm definitely not taking granted for that, because like I'm getting to see my siblings every day.
So now we're going to talk about the virtual alumni game. So I thought it was pretty cool to like, I mean, obviously it wasn't the same amount of people as like we usually get, but I thought it was cool having everyone together, and like even the breakout rooms, like I enjoyed that because talking to someone who is in the field already and just like assuring me that like my stress now will not matter and that I need to like calm down and just like do the things I need to do. So that was like really reassuring. I don't know how your breakout rooms were.
I know for me, for the breakout room, it was just very interesting because mine was sports, mine was movement science and nursing, and there might be another one. So it was just very interesting to see a couple of my teammates are in athletic training, and Cheryl, who is nursing, that I was wondering about how the clinical hours was going to happen, if they were going to have to take an extra semester. So it was just like puts everything in perspective. I'm just like grateful that I'm not a senior and don't have to do student teaching right now, because if I were, I would have been so upset.
Our breakout rooms were it was small because it was criminal justice, social work, and psychology, and we only had Bunts, but Bunts was very, very helpful with talking about CJ, and because we're essential workers, it's like all the fields are still open, so all internships and all jobs are still available. So now that we're juniors, or now that I'm a junior, like it's the process of finding an internship or even just finding a job for after college is like still there. So it's like life isn't stopping right now for any of that, so that's kind of interesting. And just talking to Bunts, and she's in the police academy, so that was cool getting her side of things.
Especially with that, I think with Bunch was like going to grad school, it's okay to like change up your plan. So like It just like puts in perspective for us that it's okay to not just be in one direct route.
Exactly. But overall, I thought it was like fun, and it lasted a while. So It lasted the duration of what a regular alumni game would be, and It's fun seeing everyone with their prizes that they're posting. And like, I know I saw Allie got her tote and Anna got her drawstring bag.
Duffel bags or drawstring bag. No, I definitely loved,
It's fun
especially
watching them.
hearing,
Yeah.
like hearing their stories and hearing like what they miss most, and just even like hearing what they're doing now, and like what year they graduated, and still seeing them come back is so nice.
Especially the questions that Tom asked. It's so funny just like seeing what their answers, like all the alums answers, and just like see their reaction of like they're like, nope, that's the wrong answer.
Our last topic would be about kind of like helping freshmen like find that roommate if they haven't yet, and how to deal with someone who may not be the best roommate. And I know, Abby, you said you've had like past experience, but from my point of view, I found like the Facebook page to be like great, because you have like so many options, and like people are joining at so many different times, so it's not like a rush to find someone. And it gives you a chance to like get to know them before you like actually have to pick, because I know I joined the Facebook page like December of my senior year, so it was like I had like half a year to find a roommate who I could meet on like accepted students day. So I don't know, I think it's just like trying to have that connection before you go and meet them on the first day, at least just like texting them and stuff.
I agree with that.
Even with that, like the Facebook group, senior year, like I may not have been roommates with like all the girls that I had talked to on the Facebook app or like on the Facebook group, but I did have a group chat with them. So when I went in freshman year, like I knew them in a way that like if I saw them passing, I was able to say hi, and it wasn't like I was walking around campus like not knowing anyone. So I had a Facebook group where I saw a couple girls and recognized their faces when I was walking around campus.
I think for me, the Facebook group had helped me, like, even though I kind of was like late to the game because I didn't commit to Westfield till like April, if I remember correctly, in my senior year, while Jill had like the whole half of a year. So I think Facebook group helps. And then it's okay that your freshman year, it's like your roommate might not be your best friend in the long run throughout your college. So like I learned that. I don't know about you and Marina and Jill. And for me is that like my field hockey teams now, like my senior year, I'm gonna be rooming with my teammate Rachel, and then I know Jill and Marina are roommates, and a bunch of other people are roommates. So it's just like so nice that like preseason we start field hockey in the fall. So like it's so nice that like you get to get close with them. So it's just nice.
Yeah, I think my freshman year roommate, we may not be the closest of friends, but she holds like a very special place in my heart, because she was like the first person I ever had to share a space with, considering like I have my own room at home. So it's like, you know, you really get to know the person, and I don't have like terrible experiences. Like I just can't relate to that. But I know there are like so many different ways that you could avoid it, like getting friends that like you hang out with outside of your room and like spend time with them so that you're not in your space as much, you know what I mean? Or even just requesting a change, just like trying to put them in, or even trying to just talk to them straight up and be like, hey, like I don't like what you're doing. But I've never been in that situation, so I don't.
Yeah, my freshman year I started in Scanlon, and then probably in October, I would say, I had switched and started living with Chad on the field hockey team. And it wasn't that like I couldn't have pushed through my freshman year with the two girls that I had picked for my triple. It was just that Chad also was about to have an open room, and it was just so much easier and more convenient because Chad and I were already on the field hockey team together. We knew each other prior to coming into college, so it was a very easy, smooth transition. And all of the field hockey team also lived in Davis with Chad, so that was a very easy transition, especially freshman year. And one of the girls that I roomed with freshman year, she's now one of my roommates now, so it's not like I lost them completely. It was just a better change for me. But yeah, it's always okay to just change your room if you need to, freshman year, or even sophomore year, junior year, senior year.
My biggest advice, my junior year, I hit a huge obstacle. So I will say, like, if you know, like, your roommates are like making you feel negative or just like making you feel bad about yourself, like, it's okay to get out of the situation. Like, for me, I ended up going to both Coach Bergen and Mia and Nancy about the whole situation because I had to get out of the situation. It was just making me feel not good about myself. So I will say, like, it was one of the best decisions I made because I felt it was a huge weight off my shoulders that I was able to just be able to be myself.
All right. Well, I think that pretty much sums up what we had to talk about. So
that's our advice for today.
That's our podcast for now.
Weekly podcast.
For tuning in.